This is the kind of life many people truly long for. To escape the noise and pressure of the city, a man spent hundreds of logs and nearly 2 full years building a luxurious log cabin that millions of people now admire online. The interior is spacious enough to house a family of 7, and with an endless supply of salmon, he enjoys complete freedom when it comes to food, simple, wild, and incredibly satisfying. Jess is a traditional Amish man who has always dreamed of a quiet life close to nature. Wanting to give his children a better environment to grow up in, he moved his entire family to remote Alaska to build their own dream home. Luckily, he had purchased an entire mountain, meaning he never had to worry about construction materials. As the saying goes, father and son go into battle together. In just 2 days, they cleared all the unwanted trees and created an open space suitable for building. None of the wood went to waste. Smaller logs were cut and stored for winter firewood, and even the sap was extracted and saved as a natural drink for his children. With a family of 7, the house couldn't be small. Planning a 400 square meter home felt only reasonable. Jess then drove an excavator along the marked lines to begin digging. At the same time, to solve the water supply issue in the wilderness, he brought in a professional drilling team. With proper equipment, the well was completed efficiently, and clear groundwater soon flowed out, securing a vital foundation for future life. Excavation continued rapidly. Because Alaska's winters are long and harsh, Jess decided to build a basement first, which would later be used to store food for the cold months. He set up formwork and began pouring concrete for foundation. However, the early arrival of the rainy season was unexpected. To prevent flooding, he chose foam insulation blocks for the walls. These were easy to install, quick to shape, and eliminated the need for additional insulation once the inner concrete walls were poured. That said, waterproofing became especially important. To ensure the house could withstand the test of time, multiple layers of moisture protection were added for better food storage. The basement was also equipped with a full floor heating system. After pouring concrete to harden the floor, Jess fixed wooden frames in place and, with help from his family, divided the basement into functional areas. With the structure ready, construction of the first floor could finally begin, bringing their dream home one step closer to reality. While the men worked tirelessly, the wife was just as busy. She handled the wood panels with care and helped install the OSB boards once the structure was fixed. Through mutual understanding and support, they built not only a house, but a warm and harmonious home together. As the foundation began to take shape, the basement ventilation pipes still needed to be extended upward to prevent them from being buried during backfilling. At the front, formwork was built using wooden panels and reinforced with concrete, creating a solid base for the future porch. Once that was finished, a wooden platform frame was fixed in place, and the job of installing the support beams was handed over to his son. After learning by his side for so long, even this kind of work had become easy for them. As the head of the family, Jess still had more important matters to handle. Although many logs had been collected while clearing the land, most were too thin for proper construction. This time, he didn't hesitate and invested heavily in pre-cut lumber. The supplier even delivered to the site and provided free insulation support, making the entire process almost as simple as building with blocks. As the walls reached their planned height, safety became the top priority. To reduce the risk of working at height, Jess insisted that both the gable walls and the roof framework be fully assembled on the ground before being lifted into place. This approach significantly improved safety during construction. When the final horizontal beam was secured, the outline of Jess's new home finally took shape. However, to ensure the cabin could truly stand the test of time, a full carbonization treatment of the wood was essential. The workload was enormous. Even with the entire family helping, this process alone took a full day, and the job didn't end there. The burned surface of the wood had to be carefully polished with an angle grinder to reveal the beautiful brown grain beneath. It was exhausting work, especially for his sons. But once the anti-corrosion treatment was complete, the structure was well protected for the future. Next came roof sealing. This step wasn't especially difficult. After all, Jess had plenty of helping hands. Even his daughter often came by to cheer him on, keeping his motivation high. In just a short time, the main roof structure was finished. Staying true to his use what you have philosophy, Jess reused leftover beams and fixed them to the roof as rafters. This also allowed him to create channels for ceiling lights and run the necessary wiring. Suddenly, a rainstorm arrived. To prevent short circuits in the newly installed wiring, Jess focused on what he could do, adding carbonized trim along the eaves for protection. Once the weather cleared, he sprayed expanding foam into the roof gaps. This not only reduced noise, but also eliminated the need for traditional insulation. OSB boards were then installed, followed by a moisture barrier that sealed the entire roof structure. From morning until night, Jess worked non-stop until the roof was fully covered. The next day, waterproofing began. Jess chose asphalt shingles for the roof, a material known for its excellent waterproofing, sound insulation, and thermal performance. With the roof complete, work moved on to filling and finishing the porch platform. By now, his two sons could handle this task on their own. Inside, space planning became more complex. Jess envisioned a spacious living room, an open multifunctional kitchen, and separate dry and wet bathroom areas. After a long day, they had only managed to frame the first floor partitions. But Jess wasn't worried. His experienced father-in-law soon arrived to help. From organizing electrical lines to connecting plumbing, he handled everything with ease. This support gave Jess time to hunt for doors and windows at a secondhand market. For just over $200, he bought an entire truckload. Since the sizes weren't exact, the frames had to be adjusted, with careful 45-degree cuts at the corners. Before installation, Jess secured the terrace railing first, knowing safety was essential for children. Finally, to ensure the house could last for decades, the exterior was coated with a special anti-corrosion finish. This not only protected the wood from termites, but also enhanced a rich, natural grain, bringing the cabin one step closer to becoming a true lifelong home. As the temperature continued to drop, Jess began preparing firewood for the long winter ahead. That urgency pushed him to install the doors and windows as quickly as possible. And thanks to his earlier precise measurements, the process went smoothly without wasting much time. With winter closing in, Jess was now racing against the clock to survive the brutal cold of -30 to 40 degrees. Thick insulation had to be packed into the walls, and even the ceiling of the basement couldn't be overlooked. Once the basic insulation work was finished, Jess had to leave for a few days. Life isn't only about dreams and wilderness. There are real responsibilities waiting at home. When he returned, he was shocked by how much had changed. His two sons had installed the drywall on their own and even applied putty to every room. Seeing his children stand on their own filled Jess with pride. For the bathroom floor, he chose a highly waterproof material, twice the cost of regular tiles, so it was used only where necessary. Since the area was small, he completed it alone, finishing the surface with mortar. To save money elsewhere, Jess used ordinary wooden boards for floors, sanding and painting them by hand. Though the steps seemed simple, preparing enough flooring took 2 full days. While waiting for paint to dry, and with winter days growing shorter, Jess focused on installing the ceiling lights, with his children helping. Even these final details felt manageable. Now, even when night falls outside, they can continue working comfortably indoors. To survive the long winter, building the fireplace becomes a top priority. Since the house is entirely wooden, a solid base must be constructed first. For maximum fire resistance, metal wire mesh is fixed to both the walls and the base so the mortar can firmly hold. After it dries, cement and stone bricks are added, giving the surface a rugged, natural beauty. As for the back wall, Jess leaves it to the kids to unleash their imagination. This not only lets them be part of the process, but also frees up time for him to build a storage shelf in the basement. Once he finishes his side of the work, the wall the kids worked on doesn't disappoint at all, especially when the lights are turned on. Calling it a piece of art wouldn't be an exaggeration. Then it's time for today's main attraction. Thanks to the chimney opening prepared in advance, installing the fireplace doesn't take much effort. However, aside from this newly moved-in centerpiece, the rest of the interior is still rather bare, with the beautiful scenery outside the window unchanged. Jess knows that if the family want to move in as soon as possible, he needs to speed up the interior construction. The first priority is waterproofing the bathroom. For Jess, this is a familiar task. He starts by covering the walls with moisture-proof boards, then lays the tiles, and finally applies sealant to ensure not a trace of moisture can seep into the walls. Thoughtfully, he also installs 2 small corner shelves for storing daily toiletries. From morning until night, there's always more work to be done. To avoid wasting any heat inside the cabin, Jess adds wooden trims around every window. This not only improves insulation, but also blends perfectly with the brown wooden walls. After refining all the details, he moves on to laying the floors. Since all the boards were pre-treated, installation goes quickly, and once the final plank is in place, the result leaves Jess truly satisfied. Watching the cabin slowly transform into the home he once dreamed of, Jess knows it's time to add furniture. Most of what he buys are semi-finished pieces, so the countertops still need to be made by hand. He fixes a steel mesh on top, pours in concrete, and lets it set. While waiting, he repeats the same process with the bathroom cabinets. even carving bare paw prints into the surface for an artistic touch. After adding color and texture to mimic marble, installing the sink, and finishing the details, the waterproofing and appearance both reach a whole new level. Finally, with a few essential appliances moved in, the first floor is officially complete. As for the basement, which serves as the family's daily resting area, the first step is to coat the floor with a layer of moisture-proof paint. This keeps the space dry at all times. With experience gained from finishing the first floor, Jess works much more efficiently this time, and with help from the son, the job is done in just half a day. The basement now features a spacious entertainment area, cozy bedrooms for each child, a corner for food storage, and a utility room filled with tools. In many ways, it feels just as comfortable as the main floor. As the weather gradually warms up, Jess once again turns into a true woodsman to really put down roots in this forest. The first thing he plans to do in spring is build a vegetable garden for the new home. Fortunately, there is no shortage of logs nearby, so building materials are not a concern at all. Considering Alaska's climate, Jess chooses raised garden beds. He uses logs to assemble several planting boxes, and this time his wife joins in as well. As the saying goes, teamwork makes the job easier. With her help, the garden beds are completed quickly, and she takes full charge of the planting. Now, all they need to do is give the seedlings enough time to grow, and before long, the family will be enjoying vegetables they planted themselves. After enduring a long winter, Jess also becomes aware of the cabin's weaknesses, especially the gaps between the walls where cold air seeps in. By sealing them carefully now, he ensures the house will be well prepared for the next winter. In their spare time, Jess often takes the children to explore the nearby mountains, where rolling peaks reveal the breathtaking power of nature. They also pick wild berries along the way, which become an important source of income. Jess sorts the blueberries, has them packed and sealed, and then ships them out. Near the bay beside their home, the children find endless joy, and Jess enjoys sea fishing as well. With such rich waters, it's hard for any angler to resist. A few good catches are enough to feed the family for a week. As the video comes to an end, the building story may be over, but hopefully their life, like a sailboat breaking through the fog, will move forward smoothly and steadily.